And welcome back to McCoy Stadium as the Paw Sox take the field in beautiful Pawtucket, Rhode Island. A fantastic day of baseball for you as this two-game series comes to a close with the Paw Sox looking for a two-game sweep. We'll start with the Chiefs, who will start it off with Corey Brown in center field. He's followed by Jared Hoffpauir, the DH. Martinez in left today. Chris Marrero is the first baseman. He'll clean up. Jim Negrich is the second baseman batting fifth. Jesus Valdez behind him in right. Carlos Riviero is at third. Carlos Maldonado will do the catching. Seth Bynum is the shortstop. And Yuni Escamilla, the Cuban-born pitcher, right-hander on the mound for the Chiefs.
Clay Buchholz making his only rehab start. As he told me earlier, he'll be starting next Sunday for the Red Sox. 8-2 on the year for the big league club. Don't be impressed too much by the earned run average of 5.53, but the 8-2 is what I like.
And Buchholz will be throwing to Ryan Lavarnway. He'll be behind the plate for the Red Sox today with Jacoby Ellsbury, the big name in center field. Chashuan Lin has left. J.C. Linares is in right. Andy LaRoche, he's been here for just over a week. He's at third base. Jose Iglesias is the shortstop. Nate Spears, the man at second. And Lars Anderson, man's first for Boston for the Paw Sox this afternoon. John Byrne has the plate. Will Little is the umpire at first base, and Craig Barron will man third today. It is absolutely beautiful this afternoon. A little on the warm side. Relatively low humidity. A perfect day for baseball. Winds light, less than 10 miles an hour, blowing out slightly towards center field. And we should stay clear of the rain. We'll be able to get this one in on time, and we expect uninterrupted. This is the final game for the Paw Sox before their All-Star break as well, with the Red Sox wrapping up their first half tonight against the Yankees. Clay Buchholz is moving through his warm-up pitches, wearing his familiar number 11. And there's Jacoby Ellsbury stretching in center field. And he is continuing his rehab. He played for Portland. This is his second game playing for the Paw Sox. And he played for Pawtucket, going 0 for 4 last night in their win over Syracuse. Ryan Lavarnway throws it down to second. Clay Buchholz is ready to go, and we're set to start as Corey Brown, the center fielder, works his way into the left-handed batter's box for the Chiefs. Buchholz is 27 years old. He'll turn 28 later this season. A Texas native and a big part of the Red Sox rotation when healthy. Brown in at 298. He's got 19 home runs. And Buchholz's first pitch is high for ball one.
Corey Brown's already had a great season and a half a year, hasn't he? He's atop the International League in most of the departments offensively.
And he swings the next one and foul tips it straight back. In fact, with his walk leading off on Friday, he has a team best on base streak, 28 consecutive games in which he has reached. Very valuable to have at the top of a lineup. One pitch, and that is high. Paw Sox come into this game with a record of 50-41. They had been by far and away the best team in the International League for quite a while, but they've hit a rough spot. Pitch misses. That makes it 3-1. And Buchholz seemed to be a little up and out of the zone. And the next one misses high as well. So the game begins with a leadoff walk to Corey Brown. He reaches again, trotting to first, and Buchholz was consistently high with the fastball.
And I don't think that's surprising either, John. This man has not worked in a game action now for quite some time. And in order for him to get back where he needs to be down in that strike zone, it's going to take a little bit of timing on his part. Kind of a refresher course in where my release point has to be.
Throw comes over to first, and back in standing is Brown. Brown does have 11 stolen bases in 15 tries. Buchholz will now switch to the stretch. And again, turns and fires over to first. This time Brown diving back in. Esophagitis, that was the diagnosis, related to a gastrointestinal problem for Buchholz. Neither thing sounds very good. Hoffbauer shows bunt, pulls it back, and the pitch is high. And Buchholz has now thrown 6 pitches in the game, and he's missed with 5 of them.
So now why? Right here would be a good spot for him. Or actually, earlier in the count to Brown would have been a good time to do it. Here's where you need to call a curveball or some kind of breaking ball so that you make him bend his legs and back to get the ball down.
It's hit on a line into left field. That is a base hit. So he got the ball down, but it was a fastball, and it was smacked into left. Walk, single. Hoffbauer has the first hit of the game, and now the Chiefs have runners at first and second with nobody out for former Major Leaguer Mark Teahen.
He gets it down, but right in the heart of the strike zone here. And as you're a hitter sitting on a 2-0, 3-1 count, that strike zone gets very small. If that pitch is there, you're working away on it, and Hoffbauer did just that.
Teahen is the left fielder. He's hitting .279 with a single home run so far this season for the Chiefs. He's driven in 45. And the pitch from Buchholz is off speed that time. It missed, but he shows breaking ball there. And Clay, as he's had a tendency to do at the major league level as well, slows it down a lot once runners get on base. 1-0 is in there for a called strike. Fastball at 92.
A lot of times his changeups, and he has 3 different grips for his changeups. I think the first pitch to Teahen there was the changeup, but it has different actions depending upon how he grips it. Some days it feels comfortable one way to hold it. Other days he'll change it when it's more comfortable.
1-1. Swung on and fouled back this way. Hits the screen, and now it's 1-2.
And another changeup, that one at 79. Pretty good separation. Actually, maybe a little bit too much separation. You like about 8 to 10 miles an hour between your fastball and your changeup. That's how much different the spread in speed you need to make it really effective. And obviously, you sell the changeup with the good arm speed, which Buchholz seems to have all right today.
Well, changeup in his career has been probably his best swing and miss pitch. 1-2 just misses. Very close. He does not get the call, and the count's even.
Should have been out for taking that pitch. This is a hanging curveball here that, it just, get on it. That looks like that's a strike there. Mr. Plate Umpire might have given up on that one just a tap early.
I think Byrne missed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. Still nobody out. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good fastball there. That one might have been a cutter down and in on Teahen, and he goes down swinging for out number 1.
Very well thrown pitch here, and I believe it is the cutter indeed. See, just a little late movement there, down just about knee high and right on the inside corner. So a walk now matched up with a strikeout for Buchholz.
That brings up Chris Marrero, the first baseman. A guy from Miami, Florida, former first-round pick. He swings at the first one and tops it foul to the left. Strike 1. Syracuse Chiefs are the Washington Nationals AAA affiliate. And Marrero was originally selected by the Nationals in the first round back in 2006, 15th overall. A 1 pitch is high. LaBarnway fakes a throw down to first, but Anderson was not covering the bag. It's Brown at second. He has some speed. He walked to begin the inning, and then a single by Hoffbauer. He stands at first. 1-1. high with a fastball. 15 pitches so far. We're expecting Buchholz to go about 3. That'll depend on his workload. Two-1 is high as well, and now he's fallen behind Marrero. 3 balls and a strike.
This is just the rust coming out here so far in these throws. As a matter of fact, I talked with Clay today at length about his back. Was he having any more problems, any softness, anything with the back? He says that never bothers him at all. The problem he had with the back was the medicine that he had to take that caused the esophagitis problem.
3-1 is fouled off, and now the count is full. And that's interesting because when Buchholz struggled at the beginning of the season, everyone kept asking him, is it the back? Is it the back? Is the back still bothering you? And from day one, he's maintained that it has not been an issue.
I think that's a normal thing to ask because back surgeries of the type he had, you just don't recover from those as quickly maybe as you would like. Sometimes lingering pain or stiffness after those operations.
Payoff pitch, and that is high for ball 4. The bases are now loaded. Walk, single, walk. Marrero trots to first with 1 down for the second baseman, Jim Negrich. And that's going to earn a trip to the mound from the pitching coach, Rich Savor. We'll hear from Rich later on in the broadcast. It'll be interesting to get his take on Clay Buchholz's progress, and that's about as brief a conversation as you can have.
Actually, there's not much you can say to him other than, let me see if you can get a little more leg action into your windup. And by that, I mean, if you get a little more flex in your legs, then your driving motion is going to put you more in a downward motion. He seems to have now pretty much of a straight-up type of delivery, which makes the ball release way high out of his hand. His arm never gets below his letters on his shirt for the release point. A little more legs will fix that.
Negrich in. Buchholz pitches and misses for ball 1, down and in. Negrich at .291. He has 6 home runs and he has batted in 30. 27-year-old from Buffalo, New York originally. Played at the University of Pittsburgh. And he watches ball 2. 20 pitches for Buchholz, and he is still working through that rust. .2-0 is hit in the air to left, not deep. Over his Lynn. He's got plenty of room. Now trots in to make the catch, and not deep enough to score the run. Brown will hold at third, and that is a key out number 2.
That is one arm that you do not want to run on this Pawtucket outfield. Sesway Lynn has some kind of strong throwing arm, good speed to go with it. And on top of that, this ball nowhere near deep enough for the speed of even Corey Brown to try to score.
And Lynn was in perfect position. I remember in spring training, Bobby Valentine was asking Alex Ochoa, who had one cannon of an arm himself, who has a plus arm? He said Che-Xuan Lynn. He's got the best arm in the system. Here's Jesus Valdez, the right fielder. And Buchholz puts one in for a called strike. That looked like the curveball at 76.
The late Gene Mauch used to talk to his pitchers all the time. The best pitch in baseball is a first pitch strike with a breaking ball of any kind. If you can get it over for a strike, you put the hitter at big disadvantage. Not only having him 0-1 the count, but the pitch selection.
And the next one is a high strike call. He got it in there at the letters, and now Buchholz is a strike away.
We usually think of this as a 12-6. This is about a 12 to 12-30. Didn't quite get down where he would really like it, but you noticed how quickly the hitter kind of buckled up. He gives up on it because he sees it high.
So bases loaded with 1 out. He gets the short fly ball to left. 0-2 misses inside, and it's 1-2 on Valdez. It's been a work in progress in this first inning for Buchholz. The next pitch will be his 25th. Red Sox have him slotted to start game 2 of the second half in St. Petersburg against the Rays. 1-2 is swung on and missed. He pulled the string on the changeup. He gets Valdez swinging, and the Chiefs leave him loaded and do not score in the first. Half an inning complete in Pawtucket. Paw Sox coming to bat.